Hello and welcome back to another episode of Just Curious, where I don't care where you are or where you came from. If you have a talent, I want to talk to you. My name is Jocelyn Flynn, and I'm Just Curious. Welcome back, guys. This is episode 7. Firstly, a little disclaimer. So sorry about the fit, which consists of a t-shirt. I'm not at my house right now, so I brought the most important thing, which is the brick wall, but I did not bring enough cute outfits for all the videos that I'm doing here, so you guys get to see me rocking the blue tee. Another thing about this video is I did not film it on my phone like I normally do. My lovely boyfriend actually let me borrow his laptop, so instead of it being this way, it is going to be this way. He is just amazing. I could go on and on about my boyfriend. He's amazing. Love him. 10 out of 10. I don't think I've ever said this before, but he also makes all of my thumbnails. So I've gotten a ton of compliments on my thumbnails and I can't take credit for it. He puts in the work and I appreciate it. Behind the scenes, my biggest supporter and helper is my boyfriend. Like I said, I could go on about him forever. So many amazing qualities. He's so supportive. Love him. This episode, we have the lovely Skerbie. And if you think that you've never seen or heard of Skerbie, you would be mistaken. Skerbie's most popular video is a pop art makeup look that now has nearly 24 million views. And that's not all. It was also on multiple ads for TikTok. So if you have TikTok, you have seen Skerbie. Used to go by Skylar Bailey. There are a lot of things that we talk about, a lot of videos and such that I do want to include. The only issue is with TikTok, those videos typically have sounds and audios that are copyrighted. So I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to get to include in this and what I'm not going to get to include in this. So I will link all of her social medias and everything in the description below as always. So if you don't see enough of her in this video, go ahead and check out those links because she is absolutely hilarious, super talented, super sweet. Amazing dance moves. She's doing a lot of dancing these days. I have been a fan of hers for a really long time. Actually, I used to use Musical.ly, but I started using TikTok the same time that she really started blowing up. So she's kind of been a constant on my screen for years and years now. So it was really awesome. I was super excited that she responded to my email and was so excited to do this interview. To all of my new viewers, because there's a lot of Skerbie fans out there, I previously referred to them as Skerbie Nation. Hi guys, my name is Jocelyn and I interview and showcase artists and talent of all all genres, experience, and follower count. Stick around if you would like because there may be a couple more familiar faces, but there will definitely be tons of new faces, new music, new dancers, new everything to you. And that's kind of the whole point of this show, is to have those familiar faces that excite you and grab your attention and bring you along, and then also show you the newer faces and voices that may not have the current recognition that they deserve. Again, I would absolutely love you to stick around. I'm gonna stop yapping. I'll talk to you guys at the end of the video if you want to hear more of what I have to say, but without further ado, let's hear from Skerbie. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you too. It looks dark in here, I feel like. Hold on.
I'm so excited to have you on here. I have been watching your content for a really long time and I was really excited when you responded to my email, so thank you.
How long?
Since your polka
The
dot
pop art one? Okay,
yeah.
yeah. I'll say that's a long time then. That's about 6 years now.
369 girls wanna drink wine. Tell the man not to waste your time. If the man broke, the man he a joke. So you gotta get loose with the Henny and the Coke. 3, 2, 1, girls wanna have fun. If the man don't dance, he's done. Tell him move on.
Tell the viewers a little bit about yourself, your social media journey, how you got into content creation, all the good stuff.
When I found Musical.ly, was I 15? I had a few friends who did it and everybody was just doing like all the trends they'd see on there, like the little like hand stuff or just regular 2x speed lip syncing with some slow-mo action. The first time I ever remember any video getting more than like 30 likes was I had a video, I actually deleted it because I just didn't want to spread hate on the internet, but it was like a Lele Pons sound and it was like making fun of her and I feel bad for it. I don't know, it's like not even up anymore, but I'm not ashamed. I posted with it and it blew up randomly, got like 14,000 likes. I was like, I just don't want to be known for doing something like that. Nothing against Layla Pons. I don't even watch her content. I don't even think I did then either. I just, I just thought it was funny, I guess. I just continued making silly videos here and there. I had finished high school, and it wasn't until after high school that I actually started to gain more followers. Before the pop art video, I think I had amassed like 300,000 followers on TikTok. I had more of a childish tone then. I've definitely grown a lot. And then I made that pop art video that most people would say they know me from if they knew about me being the one doing it, because I don't get recognized in public for it ever because my face is like disguised almost. I get told I look familiar often, but if nobody knows what's from, sometimes I think it could be that video just because it's like almost my face is ingrained into your screen in a way. And I don't even know for sure how many views that totally has because they used it as the ads for TikTok. And I didn't even know that was going to happen. Like I had no idea that they were going to use them on YouTube and all sorts of places. A lot of people wanted me to continue face painting after that. People, I don't think, expected me to not face paint after that. But I don't know, it was just a random spur of the moment that I did it that night. It was not even face paint, it was acrylic paint. Because it said non-toxic. I was like, this is fine. It might have been a bitch to get off, but it looked good when it was on because it dried really fast and it was really thick.
One of the other questions I had written down is about that pop art video. Do you remember like where you were when that blew up?
I remember because I posted it. It was like 2 in the morning when I filmed this and uploaded it. It was the middle of the night. So as soon as I pressed upload and I finally took all this makeup off, I went to bed. I woke up in that video. I don't remember the amount of views, but I know it had 300,000 likes already. And it was just crawling up the whole day and for the whole next week until it reached, I think it like started to get pretty slow around 1.5 or 1.7 million. I think one of my favorite comments I get, this is you? I get that comment often on it nowadays to this day. And I think it's a funny little connection when people realize, oh, they've seen me before and they didn't even know.
I had a similar experience actually back in 2019. Nowhere near the level that your video got to, but I had like 116,000 followers because I posted a video of I had a lot of acne, and I posted a video of me taking my makeup off, duetting somebody who also had a lot of acne, and it was supposed to be like this inspirational video.
It's wholesome,
and
yeah.
Yeah, it was wholesome. And same thing, I posted right before sleep. I went to bed, I woke up and it had like similarly a couple 100,000 likes, and I just remember all day I was just staring at my phone like, what the
Oh
hell?
yeah, that's
Crazy.
definitely whoa. Definitely, you just get stuck staring at what all these people are saying under your video that you just are suddenly seeing a lot of action on. I don't know how long I was glued to my screen after that. Way too long, probably.
One thing that a moment that I remember was after that video, I was getting so many positive comments and I was like, this is crazy. And then I started to get the negative duets and the negative comments. And I was like, wow, I've never dealt with this before. How did you, I'm assuming, with your amount of views and likes and followers, you've had a bit of hate as well. So how do you deal with the negative comments?
I definitely have gotten negative comments, and especially since moving to Instagram. Instagram is much less filtered, and there's more people on there probably than TikTok. I was definitely like worried about, just because people are so much ruder, especially about bodies. Instagram is the place to go look up hot, sexy, skinny model. I'm not skinny. Not that that's a bad thing. I think talking about bodies is weird anyway, because there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's, everybody has a body, and sometimes when you're saying something about a body, it lines up with what they think about their own body, and then they start to worry about what you're thinking about their body. But I think that I've come to this like mentality that if somebody is throwing hatred at my body or my anything about me, I think that they're the weirdo for observing me so directly and feeling they have the right to just be an ass about me. I don't walk up to you and start telling you look like shit, even if I think you do. I'm not going to say that because I'm decent. I don't find joy in that, but some people are, what is it called, a sadist, or what's the masochist?
It would be a sadist.
Sadist, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not great with my words. And I've just started to think, yeah, like they're the weirdo. I'm not weird. There's nothing about me that's been weird. If I am doing things solely with joy and to not hurt anybody, you can't make me feel bad about that.
I'm sure you have way more fans and positive comments than the negative ones.
Definitely outshines. And some videos are different than others, depends on what I'm posting. And like I said, I used to post more childish content, but I definitely wouldn't suggest my channel to a child. There's some stuff that I post is still funny, but I definitely have gotten more experimental with my dancing as of lately and more comfortable in the body I have. And I felt more like a woman than I ever had growing up because of how stigmatized women's bodies are. I've just wanted to embrace that online lately, and I get mixed reviews on both sides, but either way, I'm having a good time, and some people are enjoying it with me. So I don't know, it just keeps me going.
Going back to your dances, you do a lot of dance videos now, and
I
I
do.
was scrolling through and watching. How do you possibly come up with all of your dances? Do you plan them out, or do you just turn on the camera and you just go for it?
B, answer B. I do. I just I don't know. My bio on Instagram is my parents met at a club, and that's how I explain my dancing skills because I don't really know otherwise. My dad can kind of like pop and lock. I grew up around a lot of girls I knew that did dance, and some guys too. I just grew up around a lot of professional dancers or learning dancers, and occasionally I go to some recitals and competitions. But I myself never took a dance class until last month. I joined an hour-long hip hop beginner class. I need to know like the actual names of moves and like where these moves came from and how to properly do them. But I definitely I just turn the camera on and I just feel the music, and that's about it. I try to like picture the rhythm with my body.
That's a talent
It's
that not many people have, girl. Like
I do feel like I've gained really confident control of my limbs and my torso, except for my hands sometimes. And that's when I like flip out because I'm like, I can't do it. And I start freaking out. And I feel like I just get like that when I'm trying to dance on the spot or trying to learn choreography. Because it's not that easy. I think the fear of having to learn that and knowing that it's hard as a kid stopped me because I did gymnastics for 8 years and I taught it for 4 until I finished high school. My grandmother, she was paying for my gymnastics classes, and one day she offered for me to do dance, but I had always heard from like all my dance friends that dancing's so expensive, like our uniforms cost so much, all this and that. And I didn't even want to put pressure on anybody in my family to keep that up. But she gave me the opportunity, and I wish I could tell little me that I should have taken it. When somebody offers you something and it's something you want, you should take it because the offers don't always come around. So I wish little me had taken the classes because who knows where I'd be now. But I might not even be good at dancing if I didn't learn the way I did though. So who knows?
do you think that that's a skill that like take me example, I have literally no dancing experience, I have no sense of rhythm. Do you think that's something that I could start now and learn, or do you think it's something you gotta have had that, your parents met in a
I
club?
definitely think just having rhythm has to be part of it. I feel like rhythm can probably be learned. I mean, do you like listening to music? You enjoy music? There's songs you really
Oh
love?
yeah, oh yeah.
I feel like just turn on those songs that just make your heart flutter and just go stand in your kitchen and dance or wherever you have the most room around and just act like nobody's watching and just dance. I think just getting comfortable with yourself in your own space and just bouncing around like you're the teenager in a freaking rom-com movie, like it's good for your heart and your health, I think.
I love that. So you think it's possible? I'll take it.
I think it's possible. I think if you just have fun, then you're doing it. That's really what matters is the feeling of enjoying and having fun and living in the moment.
A lot of your dancing videos that I saw, well, some of them are in public. I don't know if it's a subway that you
Oh
take.
yeah, I've done
There's
a
some in
couple on
this
the
the
subway.
subway, and then I saw a couple in a grocery store. So are
Yeah,
you? Would you
okay. So
consider?
like they're pretty recent. I've been trying to get more ballsy with being in public because I think that's, people in public are not gonna like most people in public when they're an actual person there, they're not gonna sit and point at you and laugh like a bully. If they do see you, they might giggle or snicker, but honestly, they might just be seeing the joy and whimsy and being like, oh, like that's cute. But I'm not that comfortable yet. The Wegmans grocery store ones where I was pushing a cart, those carts were smooth as hell. So I was like, oh, this is great. Let me put my camera on here. There was one guy I walked past and he kind of looked back at me. Sometimes even when I'm walking down the street, like earlier I was running and I was wearing my headphones, and sometimes I'll even just like, I have to walk to the beat in the headphones. I have been forcing myself to try to film in public more, especially on like the train and stuff, because I just think it's such a fun spot.
Yeah, they turn out really good
Thank you.
videos.
But any of the ones that I know I've filmed recently, like I don't feel like I'm actually moving my body much, like not like I would in my kitchen. I like to think that if I were on a stage, I could do it, but that's because people are expecting to watch it. If people are not expecting, then I'm like, ugh. Ooh.
You have a very bubbly personality. Your videos are very funny. Would you consider yourself more of an extrovert? I know you said you seem to have a little bit of anxiety of the in public stuff, but in real
Like,
life.
I'm not like scared of the public. I feel like I grew up with a Leo mother. She was very extroverted. She loved attention. She still does. And when I was a kid, I was like, that's embarrassing, mom, stop. And now I'm like, I do it. I wish she was here too, because now I deal with her. I think I'm actually definitely mostly extroverted, and I don't feel I lived enough of that yet because I turned 21 during peak of COVID, and clubs weren't really a thing, bars weren't really a thing, and even the clubs I've been to nowadays that I have gone to, they're just so boring. Everyone's standing there, please dance. I need to go to clubs that are fun because the ones I've been to were lame as hell and honestly just felt like a place that I was gonna get groped at any point. There's been a couple times where I've gone into one of the clubs that I'm talking about and there might have been a circle or two. I will jump in. I will jump in. So I know I'm definitely not that introverted in the way where I'm like scared of moving around in public and being seen and stuff.
What is one thing you wish all of your followers knew about you?
I've said it a couple times about how I got my username, but I think that's one of the coolest things about my username is that it is my old username just mushed together. So it's Skylar Bailey, and I just got rid of the YL and A and those two names, and I smushed them, and I just closed it like a little sandwich. I just remember like writing my name down and literally like seeing it somehow, and the rest is history.
One thing you said in the beginning is you don't get recognized for your pop art video. Do you ever get recognized for your, yeah?
Since I've, especially after Reels, and since I have done more just like dancing content or like funny dancing, I definitely am not afraid of some body humor. I love to do my little like hi-hat twerk to like baby how you do, yeah. I do like making people laugh. I don't like being laughed at unless I'm wanting it though. I've gotten recognized a good few times now. Most of the time I get recognized, it's usually by girls my age or a little younger. Like recently on the train I got recognized and we took a selfie and that was fun. I don't get asked for pictures that much. When I was serving, I used to serve at a Cracker Barrel. I used to film a lot of videos in there, especially during like the Sandy Cheeks era. There was a few times, especially while serving, that my table recognized me or a table from a distance would recognize me and they'd message me later saying, you weren't my server, but I saw you and that was so cool. If you're just saying hi, like, hi, I recognize you, can I say hi, a picture, anything like that, I don't mind. I mean, I think it's cool, but like, it is, you are a stranger to me and it is awkward just because like, oh, you know me, but I don't know you. But so sometimes I definitely get awkward in person. Because usually if somebody goes, do you do TikToks? Are you on TikTok? Do you do Reels? I go, no, maybe. It feels silly when these interactions happen in a way. Like I love them and I'm so grateful for anyone that's ever seen me and stopped to say hi or, message like that.
Do you remember like the first time it happened, how you felt?
I mean, I definitely, I just know the feeling of being shocked. I remember the first time I remember doing like, I've only ever done this once. I don't think I've ever done another meetup, but one time when I did a meetup in Scottsdale, Arizona, I had this friend named Kiara Vance. Me and her were hanging out in Arizona and we did a meetup at the mall and there was two girls that came and said hi to us. And then I think there was like another girl who came to say hi to us and she was like shopping first or so. I don't know. We ran into each other at the dressing room though. Me and Kiara were doing like an outfits or a style swap type of video. I remember just seeing her stand there and kind of like watch us before she said hi and just like standing there like waiting. So yeah, I guess yeah, that's the only emotion I can describe from it was just like shocked and like, oh wow, this is real. First time I ever felt like I had a lot of followers didn't hit me until I had 14,000. I just remember seeing that was like the max capacity at some, event area arena thing I was at. And I was like, this is a lot of fucking people. Holy shit.
Yeah, trying to imagine them all like in one area. That's crazy. The last question that I have for you here are, do you have any goals moving forward with your social media or dancing or anything?
I definitely want to figure out how to profit more. I would love to be able to live off doing something this passionate. I do have a day job. I serve currently. I do want to go outside of my comfort zone, I guess. In ninth grade, I was in theater and then I moved schools and the school I moved to didn't have theater. And I had such a fun time in my theater class and I was very comfortable even though I was with some students who probably would have made me nervous in another class to be like this myself in. But I don't know, maybe I should take like an acting class or something soon because I think that'd be really fun. Brand deals. I've done a couple occasional TikTok shop stuff, but hey, when they say the shit's free, I'm like, ding. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people who will support a company they haven't even tried or they don't even know anything about, and they'll tell other people like, hey, buy this using my code, all this and stuff. And I only want to do that if it's something I actually would use myself, or have high interest in. That's not something I want to change. I don't really want to give in to like the, capitalism of it all. But unless people actually just, want to see me and are willing to, I guess, pay for that, which comes back to the maybe being on stage somewhere or doing something, learning to actually belly dance. I don't know what it is, but I do like to perform. I think it's fun. I draw and doodle here and there. I used to make a lot of art, and I still do art, and I don't think I've lost that many of my skills, but I probably should practice so I don't rough them up. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things I want to do, and I feel like there's never enough time for all of them, but that's also because I think I'm lazy and I don't do enough, really. My boyfriend likes to say that my accounts and stuff is like sitting on an unpolished diamond, and I just haven't polished it yet. So I don't know.
Oh, well, I can't wait to see everything that you do. I'm really rooting for you in every sense. I think
You're
you're
so sweet.
hilarious
Thank
and
you,
you're
Josie, for
talented.
having me.
Of
This has been
course.
awesome.
Thank you so much for doing it.
You actually want to know something? With the 369 pop art video, when that blew up, I don't know if it was my local news channel, it's some actual news channel emailed me, and it was just for like a phone call, and for some reason I didn't do it. I don't know. I've always been bad with my words, and as you can see, I have a hard time keeping my own train of thought sometimes, and I think that's one of the things that just makes me nervous, especially to be live or to be recorded like this, which I'm more comfortable with it now than I was then. That was 6 years ago, and I was, such a young adult and didn't even know myself that well then. And I don't feel like I still know myself that well today, but I know myself better than I did then. So maybe that's why I'm doing it now.
Well, I think you did awesome, and I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
course.
Thanks for reaching out, and thanks for supporting me for so long and hanging out and
Of
keeping an
course.
eye.
Of course, I will continue to do so.
And I'll watch you now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All
Nice
right,
to
of
meet you.
course, you have a great day. You too.
Bye.
Bye. Once again, thank you guys so much for your constant support and for being here again to Skerbie Nation. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching this. I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to talk with her. I'm super grateful that she has directed you guys here. I've really built this series from the ground up, and I love doing it. The more people that join, the further we will go, and I really can't do anything and promote these people without an audience. So if you would like to like, comment, and subscribe, that would mean the most to me. And that's really all I have to say. I think I got everything out of my system. So I hope that you all have the best night ever, and hopefully I will see you all next Wednesday for another special guest. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye.
369 girls wanna drink wine. Tell the man not to waste your time. If the man broke, the man he a joke. So you gotta get loose with the Henny and the Coke.